Today we're looking at scale drawings. So scale models are important with any building application. Quite often before people do a renovation or they're looking at building something, they would put together drawings that would then have to be approved and other work would need to be done as well. But usually it starts off with a drawing. Even for myself, I put a bathroom into my house and actually I drew the plans myself on graph paper and went back to the people that were putting in the bathroom multiple times because they had to let me know about different codes and things that had to happen. And I had to adjust my scale diagram. And of course, I'm not going to draw a diagram that is to scale because it's too big, right? So that's why we have scale diagrams. It's a small representation of what we see in real life. So a scale is represented as a ratio. Okay, so that's important to think about. The first number is usually 1, and the second number represents the scale. So for example, in our graph paper, 1 centimeter, so if it says 1 centimeter and then 2 feet, it means that every centimeter in the scale drawing represents 2 feet in the real world, so of the actual object. So I'm just going to go through an example. We're going to do a basic floor plan together. And so a floor plan is a drawing that shows the room from above. So as if you were looking down from the ceiling. So it would account for everything on the floor. And so architects use floor plans to show what a room or building would look like. And anyone who draws or drafts a floor plan is called a draftsperson. Okay, so a floor plan will show actual dimensions of the room and the scale of the diagram is also indicated. So I'm going to highlight that part right there. The scale of the diagram is also indicated. So on our floor plan, we would actually write the scale so that anybody looking at our floor plan would know exactly the scale and therefore could convert what's on the paper into to find out the measurements in real life. So we're going to use 1 centimeter graph paper to create a floor plan for a 24 by 30 foot classroom. And they're going to, in our classroom, we are just going to show the following items. So we're going to show a teacher's desk. We're going to show 32 student desks. We're going to show 2 windows. And we're going to show the door. Okay, so where the door is on the edge of the room. So what I would recommend is taking out graph paper, or you can print some online, or I've actually added 1 centimeter graph paper to our content. So you can print that piece of paper off. So it's just one paper where you can do the example at the same time that I do mine. Okay. So get that graph paper ready, and then we will start drawing this scale diagram. So here we are with our graph paper, and we know that our room is going to be 24 feet by 30 feet. Okay, and so when I count all the way across, I don't have 24 boxes and I don't have 30 boxes either. So I'm actually going to have 1 centimeter, just like in the previous sheet, 1 centimeter represent 2 feet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my scale to this, and you can write the scale at the top or the bottom. I'm just going to put it up here because I can see it. So we would write scale, and I'm going to have 1 centimeter for every 2 feet. Okay, so what that means is that we have for every 2 feet is 1 centimeter. So I'm going to divide this by 2, and that gives me 12 centimeters. So that's 12 boxes. Okay. And then this is going to be 15 centimeters, so 15 boxes when I go ahead and draw my the outline of my classroom. So I'm going to do that now.
So I've put a line across 12 boxes along the top. And so from here to here, I know is 24 feet. Okay, so I just labeled it like that. You are definitely going to want to use a ruler. Okay, it's a little bit harder on here to get an exactly straight line, but I did the best that I can. And so now I'm going to go ahead and draw 30 feet down, which I know is going to be 15 centimeters or 15 boxes. So I've gone ahead and drawn 15 boxes down. So hopefully you can see that line. I'm just going to highlight it really quickly for you there. Obviously, I used a ruler, but it might be a little bit thin for you to see, but 15 boxes down. And so now I'm going to go ahead and label that side as well. Okay, so this from here all the way down to here, this is 30 feet. Okay, and of course I drew the line on the other side, and so now I just need to connect the bottom so that you can see all the way around. So now I'm going to add the teacher's desk. So that's 4 feet by 2 feet. So the teacher's desk is 4 feet by 2 feet. So again, we would divide those by 2. And so I would know that this is 2 centimeters by 1 centimeter. Okay. And I'm going to add the teacher's desk in red. And you know what? I'll just go ahead and kind of show it here. So 2 centimeters by 1 centimeter. So I'm going to put it up here. Okay. And then I'm going to add all the student desks. And our student desks are 2 feet by 2 feet. So we're going to have 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So it's each desk is one box. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we have 32 of them in total. I'm going to do groups of 4. So for my students. So I'm going to have 4 desks here so that one student kind of sits here, 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 and they're facing each other. So that would be a group. Okay. And then I'm going to have 4 desks here. And then I'm going to have 4 desks here. Okay. And again, all of my students kind of sitting on the outside facing in like that. And then I'm going to do another row underneath that. So I'll do 4 kids there, 4 students there, 4 students there. Okay, and so what am I up to? So 4 times 6, so that's 24. And then I need 2 more groups of 4. So I'm going to do 4 here and 4 here, and that'll give me 32 desks in total. Okay, so those are my student desks. And the next thing that I need is windows. So our windows are 4 feet by 3 feet. And it doesn't say which one is kind of the width and the height, but I'm going to assume the width of these windows is 4 feet. So we know that that's going to be 2 centimeters. And these would be on the edge of the classroom. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and so 2 centimeters, that's 2 boxes. I'm going to put one window here. And so you usually would write them on the edge with, the ending of that 2 centimeters line going across. It kind of looks like an eye. And I'm going to put another window down here. Okay, so 4 feet wide, 2 of those windows. Okay, and we don't have room, but you could label those because you can't tell from up above what exactly those are. So we could label those as windows. And then the last thing that I'm going to add is the door. So our door, let's put that back. Our door is 8 feet by 3 feet. So we know 8 feet tall. So we know it's going to be 3 feet wide. Okay. So 3 feet wide across. This is 1.5 centimeters. So that's 1/2 of those boxes. And I'm going to put the door down here from here to here. And so the door would go across like that, but usually to show a door, we would kind of show it swinging open into the classroom, okay? And show that it would have enough room, for example, to not hit any desks. Like we know that the maximum, you know, um, width of that door is 3 meters, right? Which is 1.5 boxes. So it would only go up to there. Okay, so there's my example of our scale diagram. Be sure to label everything. So you can either put a legend on the side if you want to kind of color code it, or you can label right on your scale diagram and let the reader know exactly what each piece is. Okay.